Hey everyone, welcome back to another Total Annihilation replay. Today I'm actually recording this at a time where I'm a little bit under the weather, so you have to forgive the frog in my throat. Today I'm bringing the first team game we've got for you, and I recently read on the Total Annihilation Facebook a special request from one David Cook asking to see the amazing, the incredible Destroy in action. He says that he is just an astounding player. Before David Cook went AFK afterwards, probably AFK 10 years, and boarded a rafflecopter and was wearing roller skates or something like that. Regardless, we've got Venom and Destroy against Andy and Silencer. So this is Pro Andy and Pro Silencer. Silencer is an excellent player. I didn't actually play too much against him, but I certainly enjoyed watching his games. He's a very good member of the Pro Clan. And then Venom and Destroy. I hear they're related. I don't know. I don't know much about that. So they happen to team up in this particular game right here. So the map here is 100 isles, and you can see there are maybe not quite 100 isles. I think somebody did go through and count them at some point, but they're these tiny little islands with metal on them, and these are shallow islands, so they're not. There's not a lot of height to the mountains, which means it's very easy for Skeeter missiles to shoot. So this map very quickly becomes dominated and turns into a frantic Skeeter fest. The titles are very good, and so it's easy to get a lot of energy up. So you can see right now these commanders are not in the correct position. This is Andy over here in blue. Silencer's down here in red. Destroy is over here in green. And we have Venom in purple. So Destroy and Venom are chatting back and forth about how much energy to make. Destroy doesn't seem like he is as familiar with this, but as I have been informed, of course, by Mike Cook, or is it David Cook? I'm sorry, Dominator. That that's David. That Destroy is an amazing TA player, so we're going to get to watch his fantastic skills here. So you can see, instead of going air or anything like that, they're going straight to the water and building shipyards. And that's just the way this map is played. Now, this is something that's very common. Is you're talking about, right now, Detroit's talking about doubling. And he's saying we should double right. So Venom and Destroy are planning on attacking whomever is in this position, who happens to be Andy. Andy's put out a con. Silencer says metal delivery, indicating that an attack is coming, and that if he wins, there'll be some wrecks for him to reclaim. You can see these metal extractors are really vulnerable, so Destroy and Venom come in and double team an attack. Silencer says he's going to respond by attacking Destroy. He knows he can't send his Skeeters up to defend Andy in time, so he's going to make Destroy pay for doubling his teammate. So over here, Venom signals to Destroy he's got to look out. Destroy asks for help. Destroy drops the two mexes there. So you can see the commander, if he goes away, there's no way to replace those metal extractors, and there are no underwater metal extractors in this map. So it's a little confusing here. We've got Destroy in green, we got Silencer in red, and Venom in purple. So now Destroy and Venom are going to go and double. Silencer asks for help. Silencer's getting doubled at this point. At the same time, Andy did a quick little raid, didn't get anything out of it. Silencer's able to defend himself from Destroy. His Venom doesn't quite get in there at the same time. But he also catches Andy's Skeets that are coming down. Metal delivery, if you will. Attacking the titles, attacking the metal extractors. And Silencer gets his metal extractors wiped out. Venom at the same time is amassing more forces up here. See, everybody's just got their commander. They're sitting right next to their initial shipyards. Because they have to essentially keep replacing these metal extractors as they go. Except for Andy's comm, who's gone for a walk. So Venom marks it. And that's part of the deal with this map, is you want to be able to walk your comm from island to island while not losing your metal extractors off of them, because otherwise you have to walk your comm back to start. The Venom comes to control the expansion. Also, while you're walking your comm, he's not guarding your shipyard, and so your production of Skeets decreases. As you can see, Andy doesn't have enough Skeets to contend with this. And so he's just kind of stuck in the water, wandering around, because Venom can clean up any expansions he's got. Destroy suggests he attacks the main. And he fires a D-gun shot, catches one. He's attacking the main base right now. And he's just trying to defend what little he's got. He doesn't want to lose his shipyard. Silencer is building some titles. He's got a metal maker too, so he's trying to up his metal income. He's also put out another con at this point, trying to grab those wrecks. Destroy declares that Venom doesn't need him to attack this little base right here. You know, just kind of judging by the situation, I think I disagree. Venom backs off, saying he's got too many Skeets. Venom puts out a con as well. And Silencer's got another con out as well. Destroy has walked islands. He seems to have gotten away with it, because he and Venom have stayed on the offensive. Andy and Silencer well, don't have as much to attack with. Andy has made it mid. This is where a lot of the metal is. So if you're going to pick an island to have to keep rebuilding on, this is the one. Andy D-guns, yet another one. Andy being pesky, sending a single Skeet, gets that max. Because Venom's comm has gone for a walk. He's not going to be able to replace it. This map was always so frantic to play, because you'd just be losing your mexes to Skeets. And it just take you so long to replace them. Destroy's got 3 islands up at this point, so he's actually doing pretty good. Andy's asking for some spare metal. Silencer shares metal. That's the other thing in team games. You have the ability to share resources with people using the share metal, share energy, share all commands. You can also set the level at which you share energy to ensure you don't excess. Then again, keeping Andy contained. The Silencer finally rejoins the fight, starts facing off the Destroy. I haven't really picked up the speed. There's just a lot going on here. Andy still has his commander wandering around in the middle. You can see he's not producing that much metal compared to everyone else either, because he's lost these 2 main metal extractors. But he's persistent. Venom comes in, cleans him off again. Big fight starts out down here again. Silencer just playing a little bit timid. Andy indicates that his comm is red. He's just taking too many hits, and he can't stay up, keep doing what he's been doing. Commanders do regenerate slowly over time, so eventually he'll get better. It'll be best to get him repaired. Silencer is getting doubled now by Venom, so Andy responds by attacking Venom's base. Venom says, oh well, his commander's way over here. He doesn't have enough production. His Skeets are down attacking Silencer. Andy, even though he's not doesn't have as much production, it looks like he's going to get away with Venom's shipyard here. And he does. Destroy still pressing down here. Andy indicates he got Ven, and that Venom's not in great shape. Silencer informs Andy that he's not doing good right now. Andy's gotten his comm back above water. He's finally capping those metal extractors, putting himself back up. Silencer in desperations, building up some missile towers. And Andy brings in the reinforcements. But of course, he gets spotted again in the middle, and Venom cleans him off the island. Venom's asking for metal. He's now on this island over here alone. Destroy's still got 3 islands that he's working with. And one of the things you have to remember in team fights, while they're not shooting each other, they do share line of sight. But his missiles can't go through Silencer's units. So if you line things up in a certain way, when you're attacking a team and they're trying to defend as 2 people, you can get them to hit each other. Venom comes in to attack, presumably Andy's undefended main. Andy's giving himself some defenders, although it doesn't look like this con's going to survive. At the same time, Andy's cutting off the reinforcements, stopping the reclaiming, and he's going to get one of Venom's cons as well. Silencer's asking for help. Destroys 3 islands versus Silencer's 1 is really just beating Silencer back. Now, Silencer's got a bunch of cons that he can use to reclaim and get this metal up. He's in really bad shape. Andy, though, turning things around on Venom here. Venom says he's screwed. Venom drives off Andy's attack, but he's got no mexes at this point. Commander's just in the water, surrounded by wreckage. Destroy, on the other hand, is doing pretty good for himself, actually. So Destroy just hands these off, and you can share units in a game. He just hands these off to Venom. And that's a nice thing to do, especially if you want to give the appearance that a person's not being doubled. You get them to believe that they're being fought by one person, so their teammate doesn't respond as if they're being doubled. So you can share things. And again, the game hasn't progressed past Skeets at this point. Destroy looked like he was going to build a destroyer from one point, a Crusader, but he backed off of it. You need to be able to be fast and raid. And he doesn't have any metal extractors over here, but he does have a shipyard, so it's something worth defending. He also has some titles. And Andy has gone K-Bot in middle. Usually the idea is he's going to try and go Pelicans. Andy doing some more D-gunning. We can kind of see how much D-gunning has he been doing. He's up to 20 kills at this point. He's at half health. You can see just Skeet's coming out of the line of sight and attacking him. Doing more D-gunning. The Destroy, he's switching up gears here, and he is going sub. He's going to try and he's going to try and nab a comm or win a shipyard. Venom tags the K-Bot lab. And he really wants to get those cons. And he was planning on reclaiming that K-Bot lab anyway. Destroyer goes on the attack again, and they both decide they're going to come down to double silencer. And he sends his guys to help. Venom's like surprised at the amount of skeets that Silencer has. Again, just off a single island and reclaiming all that metal, Silencer's managed to keep himself in pretty good shape. Venom says, we've lost this. Destroyer's sub is out. Skeets can't shoot subs, only destroyers can, or other subs. And he's sharing energy now with Silencer, who's lost a bunch of his titles. Venom still hasn't killed Andy's main shipyard. Destroyer tells him to go do it. The sub has really short line of sight. That's why you didn't see it start shooting right away. Destroy declares, good game. He's saying he's got it because he's got a sub on him. He's putting out a Crusader so he can defend against the sub. You know, he's clearing out Destroy Skeets. And that's going to allow him to trap this sub. So there you go, there's the depth charge. While that's going on right there, Andy and Venom are fighting the north. We'll see how this goes. Turns out down here. In open water, a Crusader is going to beat a sub. Unless you get this kind of situation where it's driving on top of it. But if you keep your distance and you kind of drive circles around it, the sub's just going to lose. Although... there we go, he stays on it. Oh, well, it looks like he just missed too many shots and the Lurker defeated the Destroyer, and it was sunk, so I was wrong. Destroyer's just too good at TA. But the sub's going away at this point. Silencer's got another Destroyer out. And he's building his own sub. Venom declares he's going Pels. And he says he's finally secured middle, and it looks like he has. He's got a lot of missile towers up. Those Skeets come in, they're going to be, he's going to be leaving a lot of metal on Andy's doorstep. The reason why Andy marked that there was basically telling Silencer to get it back. Didn't want to lose it to Skeets. With all that resource, Venom declares he's going to have Pels in no time. And Silencer's commander's still here. He's just got his one island. But he's got more than enough wreckage to keep him going. Silencer is 2,000 behind Destroy, and Andy is actually quite far behind Venom in resource production. You can see right now things have kind of evened up a little bit, except for the fact that Venom is getting that entire wreck field up here. So right now, Venom and Destroyer are ahead of Team Pro as far as metal production goes, but as far as units go, things look somewhat even. Venom says Andy's got a sub, and it's right here. Going for Destroy. Venom's building a Crusader to defend himself, figuring it's coming for him. And Venom's got his advanced K-Bot lab up, and he's got Pelicans. And those are really good against Skeets because their missiles hit the water instead of hitting the ships. Destroy's also building up massive resources here as well, using the energy. You can see Silencer's doing the same thing. He's got all these titles and these metal makers working over here. Destroy's bringing a sub in. Destroy notices this. Andy's quick little 2-skeet attack wipes out that island's worth of metal extractors, something that is gonna slow Destroy down a little bit. And Andy's destroyer sub is in the action now. Now we're trying to get that sub back. Andy tries to go for a little walk again, and he gets blown off that island. And now, Andy is caught, destroys commander. Venom's Skeets are actually blocking him. He yells at Venom to move. Venom's yelling at him to run. Venom brings him a destroyer to start attacking that sub. You see how Venom is using his Skeets to trap the sub in place, and also blocks the torpedoes. So as the subs shoots the torpedoes, they hit the Skeet. And he declares Pels, as he sees that Venom actually has Pels. Silencer says sigh. I also know that it's a big investment, though, metal-wise. Venom says he's going to attack mid, where Andy's got all this defense built up. Venom's also built some Crusaders. Oh, that was the one he used to clear up the sub. Kind of give you an idea of what this all looks like here. Now, this mega map here, this wasn't something that was available back when all these guys were playing. This is something that is new, modified to TA. Yeah, Venom's just driving him off the island, sends his Pelicans on, really cutting his resources back down. Now you see when the Pelicans are on land, they're shot by the missiles really easily, but as soon as they move into the water, the other missiles are hitting the water right in front of them. And he puts out another sub. Slow it down just a little bit. Andy says he's dead soon. Venom's got the subs. It's not the sub. He's got the Crusaders. He's got Pelicans. Silencer says, well, but Silencer's pretty huge. He's got all this production going on right now. This says it's plus 47. I don't know if, yeah, plus 27. I believe that. Versus Destroy and Venom's total of around 30 or so, looks like. And he comes up for some degunning. He's been doing a lot of that this time around. It's hard to hit a commander underwater. You gotta use a torpedo or a depth charge. When it pokes its head up, the missiles will hit the water around it, much like he's a Pelican. You can see here, though, the Pelicans are making quick work of the Skeets. Destroy and Silencer still fighting down here. Part of the reason why Andy's continuing production here is this is actually absorbing fire from things, and it's protecting the shipyard. It's taking Venom more time to destroy that shipyard than if he just stopped production and allowed it just to get hit. So Venom's going to target a corner eventually. Silencer suggests that Andy go combat, basically trying to even the game by getting his commander to blow up right next to Venom's commander, take out both of them at the same time. And Andy's sub is in the water again. He's building a torpedo launcher to deal with it. Destroy says he's dead now. Silencer marks the comm, indicating to Andy that's where it's at. Silencer says to comm bomb Venom. The Silencer's production is just really coming into play here. He tells Venom's telling him to run. At the same time, Andy's going for a stroll, walking up to go ahead and comm bomb Venom. Tries to degun the sub, misses. Now tries to degun again, misses. Tries to degun again, misses. Oh, there you go. Destroy finally tags it. You can actually degun subs. The way you do it is you actually have to target near the base of your commander. So the elevation of the water, because it's lower than the land, causes the degun to go down into the water and hit the sub where it's at. Andy's going for a walk. The base is mostly wiped out. Venom's cleaning up the mess. So now at this point, it's more or less Silencer versus Venom and Destroy. Andy suggests that Silencer try to go Pels. Yeah, Silencer says Andy should do it. Andy only has his comm, just wandering around. Silencer says get his advanced K-bot and his commie. So Andy's going for some cheeky comm rushing right here. Silencer's really outproducing Destroy, and it's really showing at this point. Venom brings down the Pels to help. Taking out Destroy's production. Andy says, uh-oh. He realizes he's been spotted by that sonar. Venom's starting to run. He doesn't want to get comm bombed because he thinks they have the game. Andy shows up. More degunning time. Takes care of that advanced lab. Deguns the shipyard. Deguns a Crusader. Fastest draw in the West. He's gonna make a sub. Destroyer's gonna give him metal so they can take care of Andy's renegade comm. His comm's still walking. Let's see where he's at. He's pretty healthy. Half his health. Silencer's continuing to expand his resource production and his ship production here. Staying hard on the Skeets. Even though Venom's throwing Pels at him. Now Destroy and Venom are nearly completely wiped out. Andy's wiped out. And the Silencer's got a giant tidal farm. Andy's still walking over here. You can see the Pelicans can actually kill. I mean, the Skeeters can actually kill the Pelicans when they have good enough numbers. You trap them and kill them with their lasers. And because the factory is destroyed, you can't replace them. So they're not the end-all be-all. And the Crusaders will make quick work of them once Silencer brings them into play. And Andy's starting over from the Stone Age. The reason why he hasn't built any titles is Silencer is sharing energy with him. And here comes a sub from Venom. And he asked for 25 metal just to finish this metal extractor. Silencer says he doesn't even have 25 metal to spare. Answer says, why are you making Max? Wants him just to go comm bomb. And Andy says he can't find the comm, which is true. Oh. You gotta remember, this is Venom's original start position right here. Silencer's got 2 more subs he's sending out. Venom says he's got his comm with a sub. Thinks he's got him. Or says, nice one. So he's trapped. He's got a Crusader. So if he pops his head above water, he's in trouble. Destroy says GG, thinks he's got it. Andy nanoblocks. Pops his head above water. Really close to dead. D-Gun's a sub. First shot. And Venom says, you tit. Keep in mind, Andy's comm at this point is a hero. 52 kills. Battle down here. Silencer's just getting too huge. Oh, and Andy just degunned his Crusader. Venom says, FFS, Andy, die. Now, Silencer subs seem to have found a wayward Destroy. Destroy comes up. Like David said, Destroy is an amazing TA player. He misses. Misses again. Misses again. Misses again. Crusaders come in. He says, just run. Destroy's asking for energy. He misses once more. Misses again. Venom comes in. He's killing the Crusaders. Destroy deguns one of Venom's Skeets. Silencer's got more subs. He's just too big at this point. His production's too large. And he's still walking around. More subs coming in. Venom's got the production going again a little bit. Got that Fark sitting there. Farks can't build anything, but they can assist. Destroy's asking, are you getting his comm? And he's walked all the way back to his start position. Destroy deguns a few Skeets. Destroy's base is mostly wiped out. So it may look like the guy who decided to walk 0 islands is the guy who's going to kill the guy who managed to walk 3 in the beginning. 4 subs surrounding Destroy's commander. Walks up on land. Misses. Deguns again. Misses. Now, Silencer is force firing it, so the torpedoes are actually flying out of the water, and they do damage. So he's actually force attacking right here, and then they pop up out of the water. So he's trying to hit the commander while it's on land. Venom tells him to run. Destroy deguns again. Misses. Misses. And now you can see the torpedoes are flying over. Destroy's about half health. Big Skeet army right here. Destroy misses again with his D-gun. And now the Crusaders are in range. He's trapped between the subs and the Crusaders. Ducks behind the island. Completely surrounded. Destroy has been obliterated. Venom says FFS. And Andy's back at start. Andy's thrilled. His commander's still going for a lovely stroll. Silencer says find comp, as if Andy's supposed to do it somehow. Andy says, quite hard to do, you know? With just his comp. I'll speed it up here at this point. We're pretty sure how this is going to end. So it's Venom versus Silencer at this point, with Andy, who is the most adventurous commander in the entire game. Destroy did give his what stuff he had left to Venom. And he says there's still only one to kill, and Silencer's massive production's coming into play here. Silencer goes, takes out his shipyards. Venom's still trying to hunt Andy's comm. And here we are again. Venom is found with subs, but Andy D-guns properly. Takes out the sub. Misses, misses, misses. Adjusts his position. And D-guns another one. That is the defining difference in this game here. Andy is now D-gunned 3 subs, whereas Destroy is only D-gunned 1. Andy is a nomad champion. Destroy wipes out Venom's shipyard. Venom sub, still wandering around. And Venom's down to a single shipyard against Silencer's sea of titles. So now Andy can also just simply reclaim this stuff, and he can share that metal straight to Silencer, who can crank out whatever he wants with it. Which, mostly Skeets. Venom's sneaky sub is taken out by Silencer's large Crusader force. And they run into him. Looks like we've got a bit of a pause here. Destroy lagged out. There we go. And Silencer finds Venom's final production facility. It's Venom's turn just to D-gun frantically. And that's going to be the end of it. One thing I want to check before it ends here is 55 kills for Andy's commander. Venom says GG. Game is over at that point. Silencer says he can't believe they won. The Pro Clan has taken this one from Destroy and Venom. Very, very interesting, very back and forth, frantic kind of game. Silencer, of course, carrying with his large production. Andy's comm MVP though. You can't beat D-gunning 52 things, taking care of subs like that. So. And Destroy, I hope you don't mind that I'm just poking fun at you. Of course, you are a very good player. But you can't D-gun a sub for the life of you. So, these are the final resources here. You can see Silencer's sheer production is what drove that game. Is what that allowed him to take that over. And that was all off of the single island using titles and metal makers to keep himself to fund his entire economy. And of course, he ran that initially off of those wrecks that were left after he got doubled by both Destroy and Venom. So Very good game, very entertaining. And hope you guys have fun talking about this one in the comments. Of course, be sure to subscribe and get that notification bell as well, so that way when we release these videos, you can be the first one to hop on, and give us your pro opinion on what everyone did wrong in the game. All right, everyone, take care. Bye bye.